TSM and Cloud9 had this instance, right? High played it,
Yeah.
then nobody ever saw it
And
again.
they
They're like, don't do that again. That hurts your eyes to see.
I like when they get really close to the line. 1 second left before they switch off. Live on the edge. Not going to be the case there, though. TSM, they lock in the speedsters of the current meta. Karma and Sivir, both extremely popular champions. Karma all around really good flex pick. Probably preferred in the bottom lane, but also very strong in the mid lane. Just super versatile. You know, you can build very supportive as well. Sivir, the thing about Sivir is, you know, not only is she great late game, which everybody loves to have a Infinity Edge completed Sivir with extra crit, you know, bouncing crits around the entire enemy team 35 plus minutes into the game, but the utility from the ultimate is still there, and the wave clear in the early game is also there. So as long as she doesn't get bullied out in lane, and it's a very strong scaling pick. There it is, the Ashe. That's what I was looking for Fox, for Keith. They are going to pick that up for him again and combo with Braum. So tons of CC for Echo Fox. I like this. They have, you know, the tools that they need to try and set up some picks, you know, try and actually create some more plays for the team. See if they can actually get that off the ground.
I was actually hoping they would choose something like that as well as Rek'Sai. The Shen would have been perfect as well. They can get back on the map at any time, but having a for sure initiation on a team that's very uncertain is something that plays into your favor beautifully. A fun did you know that we were talking about the C9 TSM game, that was actually Bjergsen's first game in the NALCS. So
welcome to North America. Welcome. Hi, Timo.
Thanks for production for the little note. The did you know? Rise and Gragas as well.
Yeah, I mean,
two powerhouse players coming in from TSM. They have a beautiful team already.
Yeah, anytime you see
I like both of these teams.
Rise get through, a lot of people have, you know, kind of question marks here, but for Bjergsen, like, he has gone back to this champ whenever they get it. Very, very strong performances. And as we said, the speed, the utility there from the double first round Sivir Karma pickup from TSM is going to enable Rise to maneuver in the team fights. They're going to have to use that speed to dodge the Ashe arrows, though, as well as the Braum walls, you know, try and maneuver around it, try and get your damage past him instead of through him.
Victor and the Gnar locked in. We've been seeing a lot more Gnar pickup. We always hear people say, I don't know if I like the Gnar pick yet, but it seems like the players do.
Yeah.
It really does.
I mean, Gnar to me just feels so good all around right now.
Okay.
Can be played into pretty much all types of matchups. Because even if you're against a strong split pusher, like, you're not going to want to tower dive a Gnar. If Gnar's going to turn Mega, he's got just, what, like 3 seconds, 4 seconds worth of stuns he can pack, bunch of HP, also can jump around. Plus, if Gnar starts to lose lane, you can use the mini form, spam your boomerang from range. You don't have to put yourself in danger. So I really like him just because it's a flexible pick, and if you know the enemy has jungle pressure, then you can back off, try and see us from afar, but you can also go in for those big team fight plays later on with the Mega Gnar.
It's the kind of see hero, kill hero composition for Fox here. Arrow hits, they stun one up, they can get it, but if they spend too long, it seems like TSM is going to be able to pedal to the metal, turn this speed comp on, and run right back into it.
Yeah, and they've also added the traffic cones to their speed comp with the Trundle. We'll see what skin Haunter chooses. But that front line is going to be pretty annoying. Now, not only are TSM going to have the speed advantage in the team fights, but, you know, the pillar is going to cause more problems. That being said, I really like the Echo Fox draft phase. I think this is a very solid comp for them. It's very versatile. They have Braum for, you know, defending their own minion waves, and then they have Victor for clearing enemy minion waves. So
I'm excited.
They should, they do have a lot of options that they can go with.
I'm ready for some Gnar wombos into a Chaos Storm. Let's see it come together for Echo Fox as we get into the game. Time to get started, so send us on we're sending us on to Semra's Rift. I can't speak. Get your votes on Twitter. Hit up hashtag FOXWin or hashtag TSMWin to cheer your team on to victory. They'll be checking. They go on Twitter after. They know if you're voting or not.
Yeah.
So vote.
I mean, remember back to last season, TSM had a social media blackout where they wouldn't look at Twitter a lot.
That's
when they're doing poorly. But when you're doing well, if you haven't lost a game in 12 games, go ahead. Go on social media. Look at the praise. Everybody's very happy with the success of the team right now.
Can finally use the internets again.
Are like, yeah, everybody loves us. Great, let's go take a look.
See how they start out here. Bjergsen, Mana, Crystal. Over to some biscuits on each side. Refillables. We'll switch up for the junglers. Svenskeren and Kaz choose Machete and the Talisman. Pretty much what you would expect all around. KFO for some damage with that longsword too.
Yes, sir.
Angry.
Refillable potion top lane, actually. Pretty bold. I think, yeah, that signals to me, you know, KFO is going to go with that strategy. Boomerang, stay safe for the early game here. There's not much other strategy you can do against Trundle, because Trundle, if you go melee on him, you're going to have a difficult time. If we are watching that top lane matchup, though, if you're looking for micro stuff, Hanser, basically the skill that Trundle can bring to that matchup is all in the pillar placement. Because you can interrupt Gnar's hop with the pillar, and Mini Gnar is so squishy that if you do get that interrupt and you can close on him, you're going to burn a flash. Because there's no way that Gnar, without his hop, is going to try and go toe-to-toe with Trundle at any stage here early on. Yep.
Almost had it, Kobe. They switched, though. Non-standards.
Yep.
Storm Raider Surge for Bjergsen, looking for a little bit more speed in the speed comp.
Man, that will be one fast rise.
Yeah.
People always debate, you know, whether you should go with the extra damage for your burst, or if you're guaranteed, you know what, I feel very confident I'm going to get at least enough to proc my Storm Raider Surge, which Rise very easily will. And you can go with that extra safety, have a longer fight. Everybody, top laners, trying to soak up experience here, trying to maneuver around, stay in experience range as long as possible. Hanser gives up, but KFO on Gnar needs to spam out that lovely boomerang, stay a bit safer. And he soaked up a tiny bit more experience, but gonna back off now as it is dangerous. And you do need to get your teleport in on the minion there for the push.
Trying to soak up a few more?
Yeah.
Nice. Just hanging out.
You can wait in that Fog of War. That's where he is right now. Yeah. See? Soaking up some extra experience. There you go. Now he's pushed ahead in the top laner experience soak battle. Oh, baby. So exciting. It's like just a spy game for the first few minutes of lane swaps, where the top laners is trying to work around in Fog of War and soak up extra experience. Wow, that's pretty much the only big difference, other than, you know, Froggen on Victor shoving Bjergsen in. Does have lane control. Now it's going to be up to Bjergsen. He has to CS well at his turret, because this is going to hit turret. And looks like he might have did he lose that cannon? Ooh, unlucky. Solo gold is going to the top laners, though.
Yeah, Hanser's real far ahead now, at least half a level.
Let's watch this. Pro at work.
They're already prepped. It's the caster minion is going to start messing it up. Oh, no, it's not going to work.
There's two. Oh, 3, 4. Oh, no. That's North America's best right there, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, he is, though. Definitely deserving of the title. Froggen himself doing decently here. Gets the first blue buff. That's always very nice. Yes, Rek'Sai is my jungler. Give me that blue. Any and all blues will go to Froggen.
Perfect.
Yep. Getting that Thunderlords is the key part of that trade.
Calls bot for the 80 carries as well. Time to stack it up. Bjergsen's just saying, I want the minions. You can do as much damage to me as you want. I'm just trying to get in this lane for the experience and farm. He goes up, steps forward, steps back. He'll be good to go here in this lane. It's exhaust. There's really not much kill pressure for Froggen, so he's not too worried about it, with vision around him as well, and a bit of a creep from the top side TSM here.
Yeah, and this is part of you know, the ramifications of TSM's playstyle. We didn't really touch on it, but it's the standard for them now, as we just saw them push in both side lanes at the same time. Svenskeren goes down to Hanser. Hanser is pushing that bottom lane. You can see now Gnar is at his turret trying to CS. TSM's duo also shoved all the way up here on the top side. So TSM, they like to keep all of their lanes in a position where they can go invade, you know, depending on where they find a point of weakness in their opponents. And Double Lift and Biofrost just earned themselves that small window where they got to go roam. Even though it doesn't result in any play this time around, they open up that opportunity and take the first couple steps.
And it seems like it's a lot about lane control right now for TSM. Swifty's first buy for Hanser, so he can just fly around on that frozen domain.
The early stages, after the lane swaps with those turrets going down are about getting back out to the minions as quickly as possible so that you don't fall behind on experience. Since they bounced the wave off of that second turret of Echo Fox, it is now pushing back towards TSM side as the reinforcements get there quicker. Svenskeren, ooh, nice. I mean, usually you're like, oh, Oracle's gonna pop. Oh, actually, he doesn't guess that it is in that brush. Now he'll be able to deduce there's only one spot left that could have procced it.
Yep.
Usually you're like, oh, my Oracle's procced on a pink ward. That's too bad. I wouldn't have. But this one does alert him to his presence, and he wouldn't have known otherwise. Look at that. Ward cleanup there for Svenskeren. You get experience for those now, too, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Happy day for him.
KFO's been doing a good job soaking up CS. That level difference didn't really affect him too much, as it's been kind of the mid lane in this top lane here that's been getting the action as the duos now meet up. Good inner flame coming from Biofrost. And just a quick back and forth. CS all even between those two, and they're pretty much even on the call as well. Let's see what happens when both of these teams spike. It is going to be a Cloud Drake first, so it may sit for me.
And as we're talking about the ward lines as well, you can see them moving up for TSM. Pink wards all around the mid lane. There's so much mid lane focus. Froggen is roaming up top now, but he just passed by one of those pink wards. And TSM, that's why they are running for the hills, because Froggen walked over that pink ward in the little brush here. He might not have actually gone through the brush, so I guess he didn't see it. Or either that, or he just wants to get back to lane and doesn't want to give up any minions. But I would assume that he didn't actually walk through the brush and didn't see it. They did ping it. So I retract my previous statement. I think he's just signaling, hey, jungler, there's one there.
It was. There's a crucial time for Froggen to try and roam, too. They know Bjergsen's TP is down, and they were hoping to get ahead of him, but then Bjergsen just flips it around as soon as Froggen returns the lane. That kind of solo pressure. Svenskeren was there, but he wasn't even able to attack. And
that's why Rise players are confident that they can take Storm Raider's Surge. As you can see, easily able to deal enough damage to proc it.
Echo Fox, though, trying to use these windows, that TP down. Come up a little bit short, because like you said, TSM moving the wards forward, keeping everybody safe, making sure Doublelift has a pretty good lane. Actually falling behind quite a few in CS here. Should be piling up for him to clean up, though, as we see Keith and Big backing. Not too many level 6s just yet, but more on TSM side, which means they may try to take control soon.
Yeah, and I'm actually interested. There's a possibility of a play to be made on the top side for Echo Fox. If you see those two wards behind Doublelift, he was very, very extended up on this side. The reason that Echo Fox don't want to try and go for that play, though, it's a risky play in the first place, plus constantly Hansler is pushing in that bottom lane, so there's that wave that KFO would lose to the secondary turret. And this is why TSM consistently push up both of the side lanes in those strong lanes that they drafted, so that they eventually are able to get that roam time, free up Doublelift and Biofrost from that top side, and earn themselves the early Cloud Drake.
These knees for this composition, they're very happy to have that early.
Yeah, it's not quite live where Cloud Drake got a super big buff.
Yeah.
But still great to get the first Drake, and always going to help out with the mid-game rotations. Svenskeren with typical jungle invades. TSM, as we say, they're always constantly pushing up these waves. So they have control in top and bottom right now. That means Svenskeren moves in to that red quadrant of the jungle. Very typical, leaving behind wards as well. And Echo Fox did the same thing on top side. If you see all of the Echo Fox wards up in TSM's red quadrant of the jungle. Very similar situations, except that Echo Fox has sent Big down to help defend rather than pressuring up top with two. And it's just Keith up there by himself getting that solo experience on the Ashe. Now he does have Ashe arrows ready for Echo Fox to attempt a pick.
Be a good time. Bjergsen's back with low mana right now. Froggen just out of range to get some damage on and keep him in place.
I'll let you go this time, Bjergsen.
I love the evenness of this game so far. Usually TSM would try to take hold. Already be going for more turrets. Somebody makes the decision incorrectly when you're trying to take that first tier swap, and you see TSM on your inhibitor before that 20-minute mark, but nothing of that sort this game. And Froggen's held on to the mid lane. Just have to wait for TSM's first activation of the Sivir ultimate, the Karma ult as well on that shield. Both teams have been very calm here. No kills, all even gold, and we're already 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and TSM are going to do that trailing rotation here where Monsters does stay out a little bit extended. However, with the duo of double speed boost coming up, Keith is in a very bad spot. And that's going to be it. Biofrost headed him off at the pass there. All planned.
Oh, no. Well, they're going to go for it. Biggs here. Kaz as well. They don't have too much damage to bring forward. Froggen from the backside. They actually get double lift. And here comes Sven scaring over the wall, crushing down a few members of Fox. Biofrost trying to hold the team in place, but he gets knocked against the wall by KFO. And Meganar stops the fight for TSM for a bit, but then they regain control and continue to go for the members of Fox. Thought they had the upper hand TPing in, but TSM was right there to collapse.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to try for that Rek'Sai ultimate, I guess. You know, maybe there's a chance that TSM just are feeling a little benevolent and decide to let it go.
After losing Keith, you don't have much DPS until Froggen gets there.
Yeah, here it is, though. That's what I was talking about, the trailing lane swap, where your duo goes up first. Your top laner doesn't recall, and so the enemy thinks, oh, it's still just the regular old top laner all by himself. But since TSM got that initial kill, taking out Keith before the fight even started, they have the numbers advantage when everybody collapses. Echo Fox tried to turn it around, and they did get a couple good counter kills here, with 2 of them going to KFO. However, in the end, TSM do come out ahead overall with the extra couple kills there, as Kez eventually gets chased down. And Svenskar, a nice guy jungler, did give over that kill. To Bjergsen as well, gonna boost Rise up to the point where earlier Rod of Ages completed, it gets to start stacking earlier, and your tiers also stacking up towards your Seraphs earlier. So TSM are in a pretty good position after that first play, even though it's not a very big gold lead. The gold there did go to the solo laners mostly for TSM.
And really, everybody comes back. It was kind of a reset. There wasn't any big fight. Just Keith walking up the lane, a little too lax, just saying, oh, everybody's really calm this game. Nothing's going to happen, and that's when they get turned on.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot, actually. You have to keep very close track of both sides of the lane swaps at all times. Because if the duo recalls early like that, and you lose track of double lift and Biofrost for 30 seconds, surprise, surprise, 30 seconds is all it takes to get out to a second-tier turret, and they're there with a Sivir Karma, the double speed. Also really like how they split up. Biofrost from the very beginning took that left path around the tri-bush to go cut off Keith because they knew only one place for him to run, and they were able to secure that kill and kind of snowball that kill into this 4-2 lead that we see.
Setting up an attack on Bjergsen here in the mid lane. Will they be able to get through all of the minions? Look at him hug that top side of the lane. He's like, you know, I don't have too much vision down there. I don't like that. Oh, arrow all the way from base. Glacial Fissure onto the gravity field. Bjergsen can't even open his eyes. I don't think he wants to at this point.
There it is. That's why we called out the Ashe pick really early on for Keith. They're able to make the play. Nice pick onto Bjergsen. They know he used his flash previously. Able to nail him with it. Keith right down the middle of the lane there. And Echo Fox are able to capitalize on it as well. I mean, that's just a straight arrow right down the middle. And Bjergsen was concentrating on the minions there. Gets nailed. Everybody in position to capitalize. Pretty clean. Pretty clean.
Looks like Dragon has a spawn quite soon. We heard Void Rush from Kaz go to the bottom side of the map. Both top laners, I should say, will have teleport soon. Very close to it.
Definitely true. And Gnar also with a full rage bar right now. Yeah. He'll probably use that and transform in lane before anything. Actually, he's recalling right now. Gnar recalling with a full rage bar and a little bit of a skirmish down bottom with possible teleport. Wards.
Back and forth, grabbing a few more things. Ward's going down from Fox right now to make sure they have full vision. Svenskaren can take a pretty good fight versus these two, allowing Biofrost and the rest of the team to get in. Bjergsen's starting to make his way down. The tether's going to lock. Big makes it over the wall, and basically saves his life with that jump with Kez's help.
Yep, and that means, you know, Echo Fox right now, they're just trying to control the minion waves because TSM are, again, pushing in all lanes at once, trying to get some space for this dragon. They've been able to put down their vision. Everything's been laid in preparation for this dragon here for TSM, and Echo Fox are going to have a very hard time going for this. It looks like Kez might go for a solo steal. He does have flash. It's very risky for him, though. Oh, teleport is coming in. They're going to fight it, actually.
Level 9 to 10 smite is going to be an advantage there for Bjergsen, but it still goes to Kez.
Oh, they're
going to get Bjergsen down right now. KFO had that Nard bar ready. He comes in at the right time on teleport as well. Now they're on to Bjergsen. Bjergsen just came back up, doesn't get anything before he goes back down, and TSM is looking for a pick on low bars.
Whoa.
But they can't find it.
Yeah, TSM, they actually had so much vision, but they didn't have people in position. And Echo Fox just able to focus fire 5-on-1. They take down Sven. Then Bjergsen a little bit too close there, still unable to get away. And Echo Fox come back in a huge way here. Drake plus mid turret plus the kills. They're ahead in gold.
Great disengage from Big as well there to get out alive. A pillar could have shut down the entire team.
I mean, Echo Fox were the last team to take a game off of TSM.
That's very true.
Looking to repeat here. Haunter there with the annoying pillar, which is what most pillars are. Very annoying. Here we go, though. The arrow from Keith once again, able to get a little bit of extra damage, but Sven actually walks back in, and that's just a great move by KFO. That was just KFO taking it upon himself to create a play for the team. Then Bjergsen actually walked by an Echo Fox ward, so that's why they were able to focus fire and switch over to him. TSM got a little bit lax there, and they are going to need to recover pretty quickly here. Haunter gets locked up, though.
Oh, the glimpse of the void will cost him his life.
He's
it
got
does
flash.
not. They flash over. He still gets it.
Yep. Big wave, though. I mean, there's a little bit of momentum for Echo Fox on this top side of the map. They can run with this big wave. They actually nail Haunter.
The arrows from Keith right now leads that one a little bit. Still finds the backside of Haunter. Sven Skaren trying to deter the fight, but he knows he can only do so much. KFO picks up the kill with the damage from Keith as well.
And they're going to be able to work with this huge wave. That's like 4 waves of range minion.
And
Big's going to protect the minion wave with the Braum here, and they're going to get a lot of damage on the turret.
See if the boomerangs can come through. Doublelift has to be in a good spot to get that ricochet to bounce to the back line, but he's being pushed off immediately by lasers. Froggen doing a great job on the top side. And yeah, they look very, very, very low right now. They're going to have to back out. Fox could easily be killed by a quick on the hunt from Doublelift and the rest of the team.
Yeah, the back line there was getting kind of low. Keith and Big flashing red. So Echo Fox, wise decision, I think, not to press it too hard. You know, they don't have a substantial item lead right now, even though they're, gaining a lot of momentum. They're getting right back in there, evening up the gold. There's not a real advantage. So even though they had 1 extra champion, 2 champions basically couldn't add to the fight as they were extremely low. They decided to back off and not take too many risks.
30 CS lead for Doublelift is kind of what we're seeing as the 100 sticking up there. 4 to 6 turrets up in favor of Fox, so Doublelift CS is helping to close that gap as well as Haunter. But Fox has the map right now. Can they make another pick? I feel like if they fall in one of these fights, TSM will have much stronger of a hold and kind of just sweep through those outer turrets.
Yeah, I mean, the last pick was so big for Echo Fox because it also, taking down all of the outer turrets, opens up more map space for them to get the next arrows. And so if Keith does remain accurate and they're able to get another pick with the Ash Arrow, they can, try and snowball that into a couple more turret kills. In true Froggen fashion as well, as you mentioned, the 80 carry discrepancy there, he is leading Bjergsen.
Yeah.
As they have been able to keep the pressure on. Keith, though.
The one-man initiation. Keith with a flash over the pillar. That's only going to stop TSM from actually getting to their targets now. And Fox comes up big. They have been poking the bear all the time in the jungle. The bear bites back, and Fox is able to kill another member of TSM.
Yeah, Keith actually didn't even fire his arrow yet on Ash. Usually, when something happens like that, a Gragas flash body slam ults you. You panic arrow somewhere, you try and stun someone immediately. It might have been on cooldown, but he's got it off cooldown now.
Oh, what a priority target. Bjergsen flashes out of the gravity field, though. The Chaos Storm ticking over his head, and this may run Fox a little thin here. This is where TSM can get back in, and they actually leave Keith on the back line. Looks like Big could go down here as well. Svenskaren's in the base. Bjergsen can get some distance and teleport out, but I think they might try to hold off on that. He gets himself movement speed coming in from Biofrost and his own ultimate. And it looks like they're going to be able to turn this one around. A 1 for maybe 1, but they're not able to actually drop Bjergsen before they get out. Keith falls as the caboose in that runaround.
Yeah, what a loop-de-loo there from Bjergsen. Runs all the way out to the river, able to find backup and turn it around. TSM also going to take away the blue buff after that one, so they are able eventually to kill Keith and kind of regain some control here on the blue quadrant of the jungle. Take away the blue, plus put a bunch of wards down, and TSM stabilize.
Don't get crazy.
Yeah.
Kaz could get himself killed. Let's see this replay.
Because, man, that was another great arrow. And again, the reason why we keep on looking for this from Keith. The chase here, Big did flash for that Q, but the passive that was previously stacking up timed out. And then, since Echo Fox were all chasing Bjergsen, Keith was left face-to-face with Bio and Double Lift, and he got killed. So that's why Fox have to run off here, because Keith got killed over on the other side of the screen. As everyone was focused on Bjergsen and chasing Bjergsen, that Storm Raider Surge Rise, able to kite them long enough.
Not actually seeing the Aegis come out anywhere just yet on the side. Dead man's plate for Svenskeren. It may hurt them if Frog can get really big in this game, but right now they're dealing with not being able to kill Bjergsen. Having that last fight must have them thinking twice about taking another one.
Yeah, Fox right there were thinking about trying to arrow Biofrost, but when Karma still has the speed available, it makes it pretty easy to dodge the arrow, even at that close range. And, you know, touch and go there, whether it would have landed, but they didn't want to take the risk, again, because there were pink wards that were being set up here from TSM. TSM are doing a pretty good job of defending vision on their territory, even though Echo Fox have been trying to leave as many of those breadcrumb wards behind in the jungle. It's pretty much been splitting the map here as TSM have declared Baron their territory, and Echo Fox are taking the Drake side instead, which at this stage is more beneficial. 22-minute Baron is very difficult to take.
They're really spread right here, though. TSM may actually see that if they get into range. Fox doing a good job of keeping distance, though.
Yeah, it's what happens when you split the map here, where the objectives are not similar in the duration that they are going to take. Baron, very risky there. Another arrow.
Oh, it's just Svenskeren popped up, knocked up, frozen in the air. The alley-oop cannot be finished by the rest of the team, though, and he gets out with a sliver of health. This will actually cause TSM to back off of the turret, which is what they wanted. The kills would be a bag of chips on the side, but they defend for now and actually keep that mid turret up.
Yeah, really there were an inch this way or that way would have completely changed that team fight, as it actually ended up being a disengaged Gragas ultimate, and TSM are going to back off. But again, you know, Echo Fox, they're trying very, very valiantly to get these deeper wards into TSM territory. They're timing out now, though, so they pretty much have to start from scratch, and it is dangerous to face check into that Fog of War on TSM side because they have so much mobility that we talked about. And the Trundle Pillars, if you're wandering into the jungle, a Trundle Pillar can be as good as an Anivia wall sometimes in the small corridors, cutting your team off. Sven, though, gets locked up again. Not an extra auto there to prop the Braum passive, though. Pretty close. One auto away. Puck shot or volley doesn't count as an auto.
I think TSM is also becoming a bit more attuned to what Fox is doing now. Sometimes timid against their engages because they don't know what the tendencies will be, but being a little bit more red, TSM knew not to go on to that. But Fox also looking for engages all the time in this game.
And they have positioning on mid. TSM giving up a lot of damage on this mid turret while the team is trying to collapse. There goes Sven with the engage.
That's the TSM engage. Shield is up. Does he still have to stand beside me? He can jump to a teammate. He has to flash out. He's trying to stand in front of Keith. Arrow goes on to Haunter. Haunter gets the shield. Also goes out to Subjugate for a little bit of HP, and that keeps him alive from Kez's help.
And Fox made the call very early on. Hey, we're going to be able to disengage this. Do not come, Gnar. And they actually fight that entire fight, 5 versus 4. Almost get a kill, but now they're overextending a bit.
Oh, what a flash over the wall. He calls the bluff, and he gets Svenskeren to body slam in. They get a kill there. Now they have pulled Gnar in. Got the teleport. It's going to be a very low Gnar bar, though, so it looks like you're just here to go tit for tat. That's going to be the Mantra shield. On the hunt is about 75% done on cooldown, and they'll have it very soon. Keith and the rest of the team have to be careful.
Yes, they do. Got to give some respect.
Yep.
To the carries there from TSM, all still up with the extra speed from Biofrost. And they're going to back off with just that kill. But man, that was such a difficult decision whether to make the call, hey, we need your teleport, because the teleport now takes an extra second to channel. And initially, Echo Fox were like, we're going to get an advantage out of this by disengaging our mid. Then they played the 5 versus 4 so well that they actually almost got a kill.
That was pretty impressive.
And if they had called Gnar, they might have actually been able to finish it. However, they did gain a lot of damage on that bottom side turret by leaving Gnar over there pushing, and then almost got mid as well after going for it again. So here's the point where some people would immediately start channeling the teleport, where they're like, you know what, we're fine. We got this disengage. We're just going to re-engage focus fire here onto Haunter, and that stun almost cost him his life. But man, did they gain a lot of pressure here. You can see Gnar is still pushing on that bottom side. So they got a lot of turret damage, but actual no turret kills. So even though it was well played and they got that one champion kill, they didn't quite get the objective. So it's not a huge swing for Echo Fox, and TSM are still so close. It's not even really a big deal as far as the gold right now. It's pretty much all, did you actually hit your item breakpoint last time you went to the shop?
It's really watching those fights. You don't know the result. You're impressed that Fox is disengaging a rush-down team with a Sivir comp on it. Somehow they're doing it, but you have to say, this can't last forever almost. Well, so close.
Now they have the inside track, and I actually like protecting your minion wave here and pushing up mid rather than being on the Baron side. TSM can't really rush Baron, so now they're trying to threaten the fight in mid lane here.
All right, on to Haunter. He gets the save from the Mikhail's Crucible.
Yep. That's going to be down, though, and Svenskeren's out, taking a lot of unnecessary damage there before this fight. Now Kez is doing the same.
Everybody's so tanky right now. They're waiting out, obviously, KFO's Gnar ultimate, or Gnar bar passive, I should say. And there's going to be a fight right now. That's what you can tell. It's going to be on to Kez first. They knock him right back. And oh, it's the pop-up knock-up. It doesn't do too much for the entry for Fox again. It does help TSM, though. They're going to look for a few more. Mid lane has no minions, so they're looking. Oh, there it is. Coming up behind them. They were just squashing them. They have about 4. That'll be enough, unless they go up.
Yeah, pretty good ultimate there from Svenskeren to isolate Kez from the rest of the team and get that kill for TSM. This is the jungler kill as well, so that puts a lot more pressure. I don't think that Echo Fox actually have to base check it. As you can see,
Mid-turret's low.
Keith has been firing hawk shots up there. And
it's got one hit.
They do have double blue trinkets as well. So whenever you have Ashe plus 2 of those blue trinkets, it makes it super hard to bait a Baron. And since CSM only have that 1 champion advantage right now, it's still pretty early to try and force something like that. So they just take the kill and back off. Really close game here.
Yeah.
Not many expected Echo Fox to stay this close with TSM 29 minutes into the game. And they very well could, make a repeat of the last matchup where they try and take game number 1 here, making a pretty good case for it.
They've been playing well together now, especially with the Kez addition. He brings a bit more flavor to the composition. They lose the Shen. They can take another global ultimate in Rek'Sai and keep somebody on the map, because TSM is going to be working from lane to lane.
Yeah, I have to say, across the board, Echo Fox playing a lot better. Kez coming in for the extra shot calling, but even the individual play, KFO's Gnar has been really, really strong, as well as the accuracy from Keith on his Ashe arrows, even though there was that one time where he pathed a little bit close to TSM members and got killed when everyone was chasing Ryze. His arrows have been on point. Everybody really fulfilling their role, even big with the timely Braum walls. Able to block a couple of Sven's attempted initiations.
I think that's been golden for Echo Fox. As I said in Champion Select, the for sure initiation. You don't really have any compromises you have to make. You fire it off, you take it or you don't. You have it again in a minute. Really working out for them.
They did lose a little bit of focus there in the middle of the game, though, as they let TSM sneak right in, take that Drake without anything really getting done. The goal from Echo Fox there was to get that one hit onto the mid turret and finally get that gold. You actually need to finish it off to cash in. So they really wanted their efforts to be rewarded. But in the end, they end up trading that one hit on the turret for the Drake. And now it's evened up 2-2, 1 Ocean, 1 Cloud apiece.
And this is what this is what I think Echo Fox themselves hope to see for the rest of the split. Because these guys, with this game, 6 left, they could jump to something 7-11 if they keep going from here. And that's very much in the range of keeping themselves in, being in a comfortable position.
Slurpees for everybody.
Slurpees for everybody.
I bet they'll get a bigger reward than that if they actually win all of the rest of their games this split. That would be magnificent from those guys. They're making a very good case here. Oh, arrow barely misses. That's speed, though. That's the speed.
Frosted.
Yeah. No frosted bio this time around. He dodges the arrow. Sven gets a little bit of slow.
That Rylas, yep. Gotta be careful. So it looks like they back out of this one. But yeah, just to touch on that one last time, if they can do it against TSM, we should expect to see this from Fox almost every game. 31, almost 32 minutes in. Elger will be up in the next 4 or 5 minutes. And we're very close on kills. Somehow, Fox still has this mid turret up, which is stopping TSM's penetration into the jungle. More wards forward, and it's been doing a lot for them, looking for a teleport possibility, as well as holding here the bot lane against Bjergsen.
Yep, the main critical thing for me in the next team fight, as we get into these really, really crucial mid-game team fights that can determine so much, because the objectives on the map are worth so much at this stage of time, is that double lift on Sivir not only has the 3 main AD carry items of the Essence Reaver, Infinity Edge, Static Shiv done, but he also has the Last Whisper on top of that. So this Sivir is at the dream point where a ridiculous amount of teamfight damage can be pumped out of the Sivir if TSM can keep double lift alive for the entire teamfight.
Oh, hello.
Meanwhile, Keith is still working on his Infinity Edge. So Echo Fox want to try and hold on until Keith actually finishes his Infinity Edge. Oh, Sven gets stunned up a bit.
Fox has to be very careful here. They're sitting on about 2,600 gold. There, he should be all right. Get back, spend that gold. They'll be good to go. Kaz is going to go back and do that right now, get himself bigger. A Guardian Angel coming out for KFO. 402. We talked about it a little bit, but that record is definitely helping the team right now, putting the pressure in the side lane.
Definitely is, and that's a big part of trying to answer TSM's 1-3-1. One of the big points why people prioritize Rise so much is teleport from the mid lane and being able to transition into this mid and late game 1-3-1 strategy. Sven gets poked out a lot here.
There's a lot of pressure towards Sven. One last hit in the wall. They get the vision there. You won't be able to go under. That's going to be the teleport from Bjergsen. They try to turn around. Gravity Field zones out the bottom half of the map. They have a long while to try to get Hanser to go down, but they may actually get it. Subjugate doesn't keep him alive forever. Svenskeren can't afford to come back in, and he's already flashed out onto Bjergsen. There's the flash. Great job at stopping Kaz in the knockup, and he can still deliver damage as the Rushdown team is trying to kite out this fight right now. It might be impossible. The slows, the stop, the stuns. Bjergsen's in the middle of it all, but TSM is still firing back. Fox loses 2 more members as they group together for the AoE of Team Solo Mid. And it looks like TSM will still come out on top of that back and forth brawl.
Remember the respect that we said you have to give the TSM carries when Biocross is next to them on the Karma with the speed and shields. Double lift and Bjergsen turn that around.
Incredible
So
fighting.
much damage coming out of them, and Echo Fox over chase in the river. If they had gotten that and been able to capitalize, never mind. We're going to have some Baron fight here.
Oh,
Hey, goodbye.
Oh, there it is. We're going to have 8,100 HP. Kaz halfway down, and Hanser's going to 1v1. Kaz pushes him out. The traffic cone's going to keep him at bay. 2,800 HP, and it looks like Kaz says not worth at this point in time.
Can't get in there. They're going to take their 1 kill on Bjergsen and have to walk away. TSM. What a huge turnaround there from Bjergsen and Doublelift with Biofrost on the shield. Because this all started so well for Echo Fox. Even though they don't get the final blow on Sven here, he's basically out of the fight. So this is TSM fighting a 5 versus 4 because Haunter gets in there. He thinks he has a good line on Keith, but he's all by himself with 4 members of Echo Fox peeling. Everyone on Echo Fox peeling for Keith keeps him up. They take down Haunter, and you think, oh, it looks pretty good here for Echo Fox on the chase, but the carries are what's still up. And if the carries are still up and they're able to kite the damage, they don't even need a tank up. Bjergsen is just able to get outside of that gravity field, not get stunned up, and Doublelift gets a crit there as well.
The timing and back and forth of everything, the slows when Bjergsen was exhausted and he sped up, they couldn't catch him. So many little things. Amazing.
Yeah, definitely some marked improvements here from Echo Fox in this game.
Absolutely.
But even so, you battle all the way till 35 minutes, and you make one small mistake like that, it's really difficult to give up things like that to a TSM squad that are looking as strong as they are right now, because they'll take that one, mid-game team fight. They got the Baron off it as well. This is going to give them Elder Dragon pressure, and they're going to try and clear out Echo Fox wards to make it that much more difficult for Echo Fox to come over and contest the next objective.
And the items are going to start to multiply now for Biofrost too. Ardent Sensor, Mikhail's Eye of Watchers, so he has quite a bit to offer to the team support. This is the rush down they may want. Froggen actually gets himself in the front there with Big. They get absolutely deleted as TSM starts to take hold of this game. Kaz bumped and knocked off and put down against the wall. Triple kill for Doublelift. And like you said, Kobe, when TSM take hold, they take pretty much everything.
There's your speed comp in action, Riv, and TSM pulled the trigger, immediately turn. There's no way you can get out of range of a Sivir Karma Trundle like combo of slows and speed boost.
Yep.
Good turn there from TSM, and that is going to be them running down the middle. Man, valiant effort from Echo Fox here, but TSM going for Nexus turrets.
He's playing Minion Man right now, trying to do his best to stop the wave from coming in. KFO very low, and it's going to be a negative HP bar for him as he goes down 10 to 13. A hell of a fight up until 30 minutes until TSM took the lead, and then the game one. TSM take down Echo Fox.
TSM still as impressive as ever. Difference that you can make in lane. Even though you can play, like Sivir, Lucian or Jhin or something into her, you can always do lane swaps, and towards the mid and late game, just so much control with the Sivir. And once you hit those crit multipliers, things start to get ridiculous. So TSM going to go for that instead of the Braum. Meanwhile, Braum is one of the premier counters to Sivir. Not really in the lane, but putting up your shield and destroying the Ricochet.
What they decide to do. Jhin kind of acts the same as that Ashe in a way. You have hardly any movement to get out of a fight, but you can still start it from long range for your team. Slow multiple targets, get through that Sivir shield. Seen quite a bit of Jhin lately. Kez going back to his tried and true, the old Elise for him.
Yeah, Kez on the Elise. He used to always go early Sightstone. We'll see if he actually goes for more early combat presence or does go super vision centric with the Elise. When a lot of the other junglers, Reignover and Svenskeren, have been taking it, it's been mostly about invades and bullying the other jungler. We'll see how Kez decides to play this, because he's usually more of a counter gank, set up vision and control and track the enemy jungler rather than pick fights. Not really giving anything away though in the opening round here from Echo Fox. Big was really strong on the Braum in the last game, so
I don't see the Karma not coming in here for TSM. There's the Karma, there's the Gnar. They will lock those two in.
Yeah.
Biofrost gets what he would like, and they actually toss KFO off the Gnar this game.
Yeah, I actually like that takeaway here, because the Gnar was a pretty big playmaker for Echo Fox in the last game, and KFO played it very well. As we said as well, he doesn't really have super bad matchups. He can play defensively pretty easily. Also can defend dives if you're able to charge up your Gnar bar. So
yeah,
very good blind pick, I feel like right now. any sort of champion that you want to pick into Gnar to really punish him is going to take a coordinated effort. And it will have to be, the enemy team's also going to have to send jungle pressure there as well, try and gank him. You can't really do it on your own, especially with the recent little mini buffs to him.
I was wondering if that was Fox's choice too, because they banned the Aurelia the first game. Take the Aurelia. We'll do something,
Yeah, because Aurelia is one of those ones that she can do it. Jax can also kind of do it early on. You can kind of bully him, but Gnar can go defensive, boomerang spam. Yeah, there's the Jax. So Jax is one that can do it. And they do have an Elise as their jungler, so that's a very real possibility. They could try and camp this Gnar. Jax is going to get a lead, and Jax can bully Gnar early on, up to like level 5 or so is where Gnar can really comfortably just spam boomerang from afar. But early on, Jax should have control, and if the Elise goes up there, you get a Jax going up in that top side, you turn him into that split push menace.
Yep. Hook KFO up with Rift Herald, and he's off and running. What do we got from the side of TSM? Taking all of the time here. Through their countdown, we did see the Taliyah Gragas first being hovered, and it will be the Taliyah Gragas. So still a lot of movement coming in for this TSM team.
All right, more Taliyah. Bjergsen already was able to display some Taliyah strategies here for TSM in North American LCS. And Gragas here is also going to be able to add the extra champion movement with the ultimate, bounce people around, up over the wall. Gnar can Gnar people into Taliyah's wall. A lot of options here for the TSM squad that they're showing. But really, what's core for them is this Sivir and Karma. Once again, they're going to build their whole team around this. Svenskaren's going to take up that Gragas once again. Plenty of initiation here for the likes of TSM as far as the team fights go. What really is the question that's left up in the air for Echo Fox,
let's do it,
is the split push. And not only the split push from Jax, as we were talking about, but now they've got the Kassadin. He has teleport. You can make those plays in the side lanes to try and get going early. But also, maybe you can try and answer this Taliyah as far as the roaming goes.
The Kassadins have been roaming around in other regions, and now we're going to see Froggen pick this out. I'm excited to see this matchup. He's saying, there's going to be walls everywhere. Things we got to jump over. Can the team follow? Most of them can here in this composition.
The thing for me is that, okay, this is a really risky triangle that Fox are setting up. They have a Jax top, Kassadin mid, and that Elise is going to have to help out those matchups. Like, if those matchups don't go well early, then it's going to be really rough for Echo Fox. And the one thing to me that always stood out about Kassadin and most other people is that he doesn't have the wave clear, so you can push him in. Taliyah right now in the current state sheet has really good wave clear. Even level 1 can one-shot the caster minions with her Q. So I would look for TSM to go with their same old strategy where they shove up their lanes, get control that way, try and deny Froggen CS under his turret.
Get the pressure in the jungle as you push him up, see if you can just stall him out right in the beginning. While you see the compositions on your screen, once again, head over to Twitter. Make sure you cast your vote. Hashtag TSMWin or hashtag FOXWin. Also, hashtag LCS Big Plays. I'm still learning. Everybody else tag it as well at LOL Esports. We're going to get into game 2. We're about to be on the rift for TSM versus Echo Fox. Echo Fox put up quite a fight in game 1. We're going to be hitting the rift here in game 2 with TSM in that 1-win momentum. Can they keep it going, and can they take that NALCS win record?
Ooh, interesting. TSM actually going to come out with 5-man level 1 rather than the normal defensive spread here. Go for an invade up on this red quadrant here of Fox. Let's see. They're splitting, trying to find the duo lane to see if the duo actually were going to come check. But no duo found for TSM, and they're going to group up and press through with 5. They should be able to get their heap wards down. Now, Echo Fox, we mentioned the pitfalls of a champion select like this, where you've got this Jax that you want to get going, and as well the Kassadin. There are upsides as well. If you can get Kassadin those early kills, really starts to snowball. And Froggen does have teleport. So we'll see if they can try and manage that.
I like the choice of Elise there. Cocoons, lock people down, get the slows, get the kills.
Yeah, and then Keith is on that mobile Lucian. Can kind of fend for himself there. as Big decides to create a fissure, try and spread the team fights away. Really, though, it is going to be about the splitting here for Echo Fox. They don't want to fight the 5-man TSM squad.
And that's the thing, too. Kind of puts you on that timer. TSM knows exactly what that composition is capable of and not capable of. So they, like you said, will be pushing up in this early game. We're going to get the matches in the top side for standard lanes. I'm liking it. See who takes control here. We'll see how the mid lane fares as well, since it should get a little bit of jungle action now.
Yeah, there's the early shove from Talia. Bjergsen takes down the wave. Oh, pretty good harass there from Doublelift and Biofrost as they find the 2 versus 2 with their deep wards and get the early shove here. It matters so much whether Karma hits the first couple, you know, mantra Qs.
Yep.
He's gained dominance in lane now. And once Sivir gets control of the wave and starts it pushing, you can't really get control back.
What a spot for it to be in as well. Just outside your turret, they can put enough damage on you to maybe get a kill. You have to stay back. Oh, against the wall. It's actually very hard to stand against a wall against an opponent who can throw straight projectiles because you're telling them where you're going.
And they're doing a really good job. If you look at the angles that Doublelift and Biofrost are taking, Biofrost set up that the boomerang there from Doublelift with a Q of his own. Down bottom, though, there's that early action we were looking for in the Jax lane.
That would have been a Narbar, too. Interesting timing there for KFO and Kez, but they get out, and so does Haunter.
Yeah, Haunter's going to have to play that defensive mode Gnar now. Spam your boomerang. Yeah, you're going to lose out on a few CS, but do not let Jax get the early kill on you, because if he does and has the extra item advantage to continue all-ins, then it gets pretty hard, and he'll punish mini form. Here goes Kez, though. There's a triangle between mid lane and what is now bottom lane that we're kind of trying to set up for Kez. Makes his visits to both solos. Haunter, though, is given back.
It's good. Nice counter-strike, stop Haunter from adding any more. He also avoids a good bit of minion damage.
Yeah, plus KFO, starts channeling his Corruption Potion. And once the counter-strike goes off and does the damage, it gets his extra burn damage from Corruption Potion. So pretty well traded there by KFO. After he cleans up the minions, he should be able to do just fine in that lane. Pretty deep ward there from TSM as they spot out Keith and Big going to lifesteal off the Krug.
Froggen was going to back, but he'll take one more wave. Bjergsen already has. He comes back with a quick Negatron cloak. Make sure Froggen can't just pop him out of lane with that damage from Kez. So they'll be a little mistimed in this, but the teleports may come into play for Froggen.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this counter pick that Froggen has prepared for Talia, because we haven't seen much Talia, at this level. Pro play definitely different from regular rank Q. See, Haunter doesn't even have a ward, but he knows. I am Gnar. I just blew my flash last time. This is the defensive boomerang spam play style. You have to set up once you are down like that, and Kez is going to back off because Haunter's playing so defensively and sacrificed a few minions, but there you go. You take jungler pressure, you don't die, and your cannon minion barely lives for you. Great. That is superb news
for
the
top
push. Laner.
Yes. That valiant minion. Oh. Could have just stopped short.
See? Patience.
Uh-oh.
Now he's got a jungler coming down.
Big guy creeping. So's Kez. Looking for the counter, actually, knowing where the wave was, thinking they could get a quick hit before he gets under the turret. And Svenskeren says, I smell something going on in the bot lane. It is going to be a Mountain Drake for the first one up, which both teams would love to get, just not yet. This matchup is interesting, as you said before, because Froggen, you can dodge a lot as Kassadin, but then you can also dodge onto worked ground, so Bjergsen won't get as much out of his volleys as well. So it's kind of a game where you're playing against Bjergsen, but also trying to be in a position where he has less and less ability to use.
Yeah, Froggen's been doing really well in this matchup. He's almost to that level 6 breakpoint that you want so that you actually have kill pressure. Up until this point, it's just farm hard, try and use my first teleport to get back to lane so I can actually get to my level 6.
Yep.
Now he's right within that point, and it's going to allow not only the kill pressure, but it's also going to allow him to play a little bit more aggressively and try and extend a bit more for CS.
have. I was like, where's Hanser? He's down in base, coming back in. 43-40 is KFO actually has a very nice hold on that wave in the bot lane to get himself back up. Froggen sees Svenskeren, catalyst for him to start off. It looks like he's not going to do too much just yet.
Yeah.
Stacking time, though.
Froggen also is just maxing Null Sphere for the trades that he's going to try and take with Taliyah, rather than, you know, putting any early points. He just has that 1 point in the Force Pulse for the AoE. He's really focusing on that trading 1 versus 1. Here goes Kez again. So heavily attracted to this bottom lane. But again, both lanes know this. That's one of the things I say, yeah, you can get someone who can try and pressure a Gnar, but both teams are going to know that that's going to require the extra presence of the junglers. And Hanser's doing a very good job of playing defensively, and he's not even that far behind in CS. He's had to give up some, but the boomerang spam is just too reliable.
Yeah, he should have a pretty decent wave collapsing in on him as well. Kez into the jungle as he knows his top side is being invaded and keeping big. Playing a little bit more careful, knowing that they don't have as much control as they would like up there.
Yeah, I mean, the duo lane is the one that's really paying the price for Kez's camping bottom. Kez has been spotted bottom pretty much 24/7. The entire game, basically. And that allows Doublelift and Biofrost, who had early control of the lane, to really pull the trigger. This is also level 6 Gragas.
Time to party. Here comes Bjergsen as well. He is weaving walls up to the top lane. It'll be the first one to Doublelift. Can they capitalize? It is a volley and an auto from Bjergsen onto Biggs. Svenskeren gets the heal in. A very nice save there as he almost goes down to Froggen's roam. Kez trying to push mid lane as Echo Fox scramble to get something off of this play.
And again, TSM always looking to identify that point of weakness as early as possible. Kez spotted for the bottom, on the bottom side for like the 4th time. Svenskeren's been up in that jungle. He already counter jungled and put down wards. This time, he's able to hit level 6 first because he hasn't been spending as much time, you know, trying to camp. There goes Bjergsen though. Whoop. There you go. Arrive on the surfboard, and Doublelift does most of the damage. Whoop, whoop.
Is that what it sounded like?
Yep, that's what those little pebbles sound like when you try and dash over them. Braum there, you can see any sort of move dashes like that over Taliyah's field are gonna kill you. Boomerangs were coming through though, so he was kind of, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. I guess those ones are actually more ice than they are pebbles. But regardless, ice pebble. KFO though is going to be able to get up this Glimpse of the Void. That is what they put so much of their effort in with this champ select, right? You know, they're like, you know what, KFO, you love playing your carries, you want to split push. Here you go. We're going to play the Jax. We're going to camp for you. Oh, Froggen comes in actually, and they hand it off.
Say the 1-3-1 time.
That's the benefits of being the elder on the team, I guess. It is my time to split push, KFO. You got all the ganks. I shall take the buff. See if Froggen can make this gank up top work. Once again, Hanser, defensive play, has the ward down, sees him, teleports to the other side.
Whoa! Keith has nowhere to go. Svenskeren behind him once again. Deja vu, but the other side of the map. And now they're on to Big once again. Rinse and repeat for Team Solo Mid.
They play to the strong side. Once again, Hanser's like, you know what? I see them coming on my ward. Everybody from Echo Fox, or at least the majority of Echo Fox, you know, everybody except for the 2 who died, we're up on the top side. He's like, you know what? Overload the bottom side. Let's kill them again. We know they don't have escapes. Woo! Ay, ay, ay.
So much catch there. If she was able to shove one back, Froggen could still bounce his way out. And see this bot lane again, just so forceful.
Yep. Getting poked down again under the turret. Then they make the call. Teleport comes in, and they isolate.
Nice try.
Just nowhere for the Echo Fox bottom lane to go. TSM recognized the focus that Echo Fox are trying to put on Jax on the top side. They pay him back on the other side of the map. Plus, Hanser's only down, what, 10 CS? That's not so bad. 8. Good try there from Echo Fox, though. Valiant effort, especially in game number 1. This game, they took a big risk. We said it was a risky champion select. and it is starting to go against them. So it's going to look like a pretty snowbally game, because of the risk that they knowingly took. And they're like, you know what? We're going to try for this Jax Kassadin. If it doesn't work out, then yeah, maybe it'll be a spectacular failure. But said, they don't have much to lose, and they're down for taking these risks. Plus, they still have a chance. You know, Froggen could make a good teleport play. KFO's teleport's coming up kind of soon. Uh-oh, Keith though.
Whoa.
It feels like there's nowhere to go for this Fox bottom lane, as Big and Keith have had to fend for themselves, and there is now literally nowhere for them to go under the turret. They are toast.
They dropped the wall, realizing Svenskeren still needs to get through, but it may have cost them too much time.
No tower aggro.
DPS follow through. Keith has fallen, and it looks like they're going to be able to get out of that and find this turret shortly after.
We're finally seeing why it was so important for TSM in all of their interviews for the past like 2 years. They've been talking about, we want to be able to play off of any lane. We want any lane to carry. We want to be able to play from bottom lane. We want to be able to play from mid lane or top lane. This is why that's so important for a team, to have a well-rounded team. Because they can attack the other side of the map if they recognize the other team's focus. You know, Haunter just plays defensively. Rest of the team takes over. They play on the other side.
But it'll never happen, Kobe. Bjergsen and Doublelift need so much resources.
They're just going to fight all the time.
Fight all the time.
Here we go, though. I mean, you got to feel bad for Big and Keith. There's nowhere. They're just constantly running through their own base, zigzagging around, and Bjergsen hops over the wall. Ice walls, shields them off. Svenskeren doesn't get tower aggro here.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's fine. Gets locked up, and they're able to walk away anyways. But Echo Fox have gotten the neutral objective. So even though TSM are out to a pretty big gold lead for this early and 5-0 kill lead, Echo Fox did get that Rift out, and they did get this Mountain Drake, which is one of the Drakes that allows for huge comebacks. Because, hey, if TSM make a mistake and, you know, you catch a couple people out, you have the extra damage to actually turn, you know, a couple picks into a Baron or something.
They may not have great wave clear, but when they get to those turrets, drop them real quick.
Plus, you know, things are looking up. Jax has Trinity Force.
Yeah. Few things to make you turn the other way if Haunter were to try to take a fight out of form. And he may actually have to here. Froggen, fortunately for Haunter, walks over a pink ward, so he'll have a little bit more time to get himself into defensive position. Bot lane's being pushed now by Doublelift, and you're going to see this sway down here from Fox to the bot side of the map, maybe.
Yeah, this is one of those things we were talking about where part of it was Doublelift and Biofrost, you know, doing really well in lane to earn the CS leads that you see on Doublelift. And then also part of it is that Sivir, side lane, look, annihilate 5 waves at once. Boom. And all the way to the turret.
He's been doing this for the last 10, 15 seconds. Big rest of the team getting here a little late. Kaz getting knocked in. Svenskeren with an over-the-wall ultimate throws him off guard, and Fox is forced to retreat completely out of this. They may actually lose another one. Pings go back for the blue, though.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the other side, the 2 solos here for Fox trying to make a play once again on Haunter. But once again, Haunter, defensive plays, he avoids. And he is going to have to give up territory and give up more CS. But he lives. He has not died this whole game. And it feels better, even though it's more gold to be down 40 CS or something like that. Feels better. You haven't died, and you haven't given up map pressure. Bjergsen, though, base check on the Froggen. Svenskeren's here, so numbers advantage for TSM as they try and chase.
One Rift walk out. Looking for the rest of the team. They're all chasing down below. TSM has quite a good grouping here right inside of the tri-brush. They have full vision as well. Fox is running blind at the moment. Just a few surrounding wards. They back out of this fight. They know they have bot lanes to clear as TSM's pinging them to say, hey, we actually have control with these waves. What do we do?
Well,
it's like they just hold on to mid.
They can pretty much, they can pretty much start to take over jungle vision. Whoa, Bjergsen actually gets knocked up and stunned.
There it is. Pulling the trigger on the side of Echo Fox. And Biofrost cannot do much to save Bjergsen. First time he goes down.
There you go. They're on the board. They make a pick here in mid lane. Kill also goes over to Froggen, so the gold's in the right place.
They can keep doing this. Doublelift wants to stand a little farther out. Froggen can get these in-out plays. Every time Doublelift keeps throwing out those boomerangs, he's helping Froggen a little bit. Teleports are up for Fox. We've actually seen KFO and Froggen working together, so I don't know how much they're going to be able to utilize those TPs, but here's the mid play again.
Yeah, big knock-up right into the cocoon.
Yep.
Really like the initiative there from Echo Fox. Taking matters in their own hands. Definitely necessary at this stage, because TSM are building up quite a sizable item lead.
I like it so far. Still kind of wonder how Fox didn't decide to go with Ashe again, but it works with the Lucian, still quite strong.
I think what the idea there was with that is that this time around, you know, even last time when it was more team fighting for Echo Fox, Ashe was having a hard time positioning. And this time around, if you've got a split pushing Jax and a Cassidy that's going to do his own thing, and Elise is not really a front line, then all you've got is your support as your front line, really.
That's true.
You need something with a little bit more safety. Keith feels better with extra mobility from Lucian.
Kind of going down last game too. She's like, all right, we'll just go. Let me be able to protect myself here. He's looking for 50 CS now to catch up on Doublelift, who has been soaking up these side waves, along with Bjergsen. 182 for him. They both have a lead over their lanes. And like we said, it's going to look a little grim if Fox falls behind, but we see the potential for picks. Also from TSM's side here. Oh no, it's just the other side of the wall.
Almost knew.
The volley for Bjergsen missed, but the follow-up damage, even with missed abilities, is so high. They cancel out KFO. Svenskeren gets that kill. And now it looks like it's going to be mid lane for them, because since the side pressure is basically gone. Froggen's coming over.
Gragas' giant model doesn't look like he should be able to hide there, but here comes the cutoff. The Talia wall. Svenskeren actually going to get down this time around.
He walks right into the frying pan, gets taken down. Bjergsen gets in Earth Mover onto Big. Yeah. He goes down. Unraveled Earth, rather. Like
maybe
so earthy play moves.
Seismic shove. Yeah, I don't know. Big might have actually move blocked over it again. Wasn't quite sure. We'll have to see in the replay, but regardless, he did go down.
Uh-oh.
Kez on the run.
Spider on the run, up the spout, down the spout, never to go anywhere again. Gets burned down. Kez falls. About 35 seconds now on the death timers, and that's enough time to grab quite a bit on the map.
It's a dangerous spout. It's in his own jungle, and TSM are all over it. Just unlucky for him there, but yeah. Sven maybe a little bit baited there by the Talia wall. Yeah, here's a small corner. That's a big dude hiding in a small shadow there. Sven's going to be able to get the kill as well. You missed your shots. I'll take this kill. Thank you very much. Here we go, though. This is the cutoff wall, but it actually ends up being... All that happens is Sven is isolated with the Echo Fox members. Too far away from the rest of the TSM team. Big puts up the wall. He flashed in, and then... Okay, no, he didn't jump across it, so that wasn't his own fault. He just got killed on it, and trade 1-for-1, plus the extra turret for TSM, so TSM increased their gold lead. Infernal Drake is up for TSM. That's exactly what they want, but first they want Keith.
Oh, against the wall makes it so difficult, but he actually has nowhere else to go. The boomerang easily hits.
Juggler power.
That lead, so the 300 and something gold lead Echo Fox had last time at 20 minutes is now a 6,000 gold deficit as TSM find out what Echo Fox is doing. They kind of read the playbook they came in with this game into this game with, and they've been able to pretty much play around each of those engagements.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the game plan is still the same for Echo Fox. KFO is split pushing. He's up to inhibitor turrets now as TSM do try and take that Infernal Drake.
The Ninja Tabis to kind of hold strong against Haunter. Get some damage down onto that as TSM pick up Infernal Drake, number 1 of the game for them. So each team now 1-1 on Dragon Control. Kez still trying to get himself into the jungle now. Dies in his own, but says, you know what? I like danger. We're going to the enemy's jungle. And it may actually cost him his life. Biofrost? That was not an ultimate that he used, so he could still ult shield the team. There's one over onto Bjergsen. That was the ult shield.
Not the spout again.
No!
Please, not the spout.
It was the broom that time.
Oh, no. He tried to flash over the spout and run away, but...
It's going to be a 21-minute Baron. That means Kez is down. No 50-50 chance. I don't think anybody's going to hop in for this. So I'm a liar. There we go. The TP's coming down. That's going to be from
everybody
Froggen.
Get in here.
He's in. Froggen's very low. Flashes to the backside of the pit. It's going to get hit. Oh my God. KFO gets the Baron. Fox needs to get out now with the lives that they have. And Froggen, one of the guys that can still split push, does have the Baron buff.
That is hilarious. It was at 9 health because they killed Svenskeren first, so they killed the TSM Smite. And the Baron, when you actually see the Baron regenerate from 9 health to like 20 something. All right, let's look at this. Everybody's in there. They focus down Sven. Sven dies before it goes under 900. Then it's at 400, just sitting there. Everybody's trying to fight, focus on the team fight. There's so much chaos. 17 health, 20 health. Hey, look at that. Boom, got it. Sick.
Oh my word. Still a lot of kills picked up by TSM. The gold lead is there, but the minion wave pushing becomes a little bit harder. They have a little bit of a pause button now here, but I'm not sure Echo Fox can really use this to too much advantage. They can stop Froggen now that he doesn't have a teleport and just take the fight to him.
This is some great breathing room for Echo Fox.
Yeah, that is
especially since they're the team that wants to spread the map and pressure with their double teleports, their split pushers. Now you have Baron on at least Froggen. Let's see.
Yeah,
KFO lives. No, KFO died, so he doesn't have it. But Froggen at least does have it. So you can have, 2 sections of buffed up minions with Keith holding mid.
They're still going the same way too. Looks like they're gonna hover on that bottom side. You might be able to take out Froggen, but you can't take out Froggen and KFO.
Oh, Kez.
Looking real low. Kez needs to get out of there. And, Froggen's actually looking to route around if Haunter was there already. TSM answering to the top side. They're on second tiers. And now with the Lichbane and Triforce, it's actually pretty fast that KFO and Froggen are going to take these down with the Mountain Drain.
Yeah, what Fox want right now are objective trades, because they're still really behind in gold. So, they just flood the map with more gold going down by trading a bunch of turrets. And they're very happy to get that extra little bit of cash. KFO actually wants more than that. Oh, and the reason being, TSM stayed for an inhibitor turret. Now they're going to try and cut off the split pushers. Can Haunter stop the recalls? Because if TSM close off this retreat here...
KFO has to start now. He has an 8-second back. It's a 4-second going in for Froggen. He can get out of this with the Rift Walk any way he wants, but KFO, he's here for the fight, and they took too much time. Can the rest of the team push down mid? Is it low enough? It looks like it still has, no, not enough health. They should be able to go for it, but don't take the time to.
Froggen trying to delay them so that they can try and get mid pressure, as you say. He's trying to delay them, but he's only one casted in, and he can't do enough.
Bringing them back to the team too, so they're not going to be able to push the turret, even if they wanted to. Could have taken that route down through the Dragon area.
Yeah.
They still would have probably met TSM members at the turret due to the push, but 25 minutes in, Fox tried to bite back and get a little bit of the structures on the board. Still 7-4 in turrets, however, so all that gold for TSM.
Yeah, TSM still a very good handle on this game. The main door wide open here.
They're all sitting on over 1,000 gold right now, and they're still in Echo Fox's base. At 2,000 for double at 507, but they're ready to take the fight.
Yeah, they want to get the inhibitor before they leave here. Might get chased off, though.
Yeah.
Echo Fox want them off their lawn. Froggen's going to go down here. I don't think he can get much done, though. Maybe they hold on to this outer... Oh, there's no turret there. Hold on to the rubble. I remember I once had a turret standing here.
The memory.
Those were good days. TSM keeping up the pressure, though. There goes Sven.
This will lead into that middle inhibitor turret, if they want it. KFO is trying to come over now. Could get the side swipe through the gate on the fight. Rappel goes up for Kez. He's used his disengage, and the wall goes over. We've seen this quite a few times, but the minion wave a little too far back for the use here.
Nobody saw that.
KFO. A little laugh over, but he still knows this is going to go down. They say, yeah, you want to laugh? You want to laugh about this now? They start taking the base 25 minutes in. TSM is making Echo Fox work for this game too, and they leave.
Yeah, TSM are just throwing ultimates at the ground here. Bjergsen first, then Haunter, Nars all the minions. They don't really need those, and they do end up getting an inhibitor before they leave the base, so #1 goal completed for TSM. Now they can go back, spend all that money you were talking about. Double lift, actually, since they're so far ahead, doesn't get Infinity Edge, gets the Bloodthirster for the added survivability. Feels like he has plenty of damage because they're so far ahead anyway. Would just rather keep his the 0 in the death column. I don't know what I was going for there. Here we go, though. KFO's going to try to split push.
I love you. I was like, he's going to get it. He's got it.
There we go. Infernal number 2. Let's stack that one up. And that will complete the snowball roof. Oh. Funny how
not getting any easier.
Yeah. Open inhibitor in mid too, so very clear path here for TSM. They try and close in on the Echo Fox base. Ben does not have flash this time around though, so Keith should live a bit longer.
Minion waves actually pretty far out. Fox have a little bit of time to play with here, but they can't get on to double if they know he'll shield off whatever initially comes out. Culling, barely hitting a few, more like the tickling, and it looks like Haunter is going to get locked up during that one. Did not ult, however, but the disengage from TSM, they say do not want.
Oh, big wants.
Froggen wants, though. He's in. Zanyas goes down for himself. Haunter is trying to wallop onto him, and they bop back KFO. Counter-Strike is up. A few dodges there. He actually stays alive. Haunter with the blast chase. The boomerang comes up. Doesn't even need the hyper hit. And it looks like 50 seconds on the clock means TSM can stay for the long haul. And these Nexus are going to be falling just as fast as the Fox members. They're trying to get to the base for the HP. We do have the home guard on right now, and they are not going to be able to use too much of it. Stopped immediately coming out of the base. The turrets are going down to super minions as TSM continues to get the kills on the stat board. After Froggen now making sure he can't do any AoE damage. The next turret is in TSM's eyes, and they will not let a repeat happen of the first time they faced Echo Fox with a loss. It's a 2-0 coming through this time, and they're going for a few more kills. Look at the Nexus, gentlemen. It's almost dead, and there they go. 28:30 on the clock. TSM 2-0 over Echo Fox.
TSM once again. This game, very, very clean from them. A lot more impressive win from the very early stages of the game. I had to say, Haunter's play, it's rare that you're really, really impressed by a super defensive play. But with Echo Fox throwing almost all the ganks at him for the first 20 minutes of the game, he was able to play defensively, get that boomerang spam in for Gnar, and actually does not die the entire time.
Like you said, Kobe, I think you put it real succinct when you said TSM have always been looking for this. A lane, each lane that can carry. Just a concise statement, and that's what they have found now. Each lane that can step up, whether it be Haunter, whether it now be the duo lane, or the mid. And we've even seen it come from the jungle and just have it cascade to the lanes. TSM have really found something special here with the team they brought into the summer split.
They really do. They just seem so versatile. Which has been one of the things that a lot of really top teams have lacked. Even teams that dominate their own regions sometimes lack that versatility, or just because they don't need to show other things, fall into a pattern and get a little complacent with their pattern. TSM have not gotten complacent.
No, they haven't. We've heard in past splits where